So talk to us a little bit about how long have you been doing this?
I've been a PE teacher for, I think this is my 16th year at Greenland. I've been coaching athletics for, gosh, 23 years now, I think, and I've coached football, baseball, wrestling, track,
wow.
Softball, I guess you could throw that in there, basketball, lacrosse. And I've just now started to get into the weightlifting aspect of it as well. Not necessarily like a team competition or anything like that, but just trying to incorporate some weightlifting with some of my 6th, 7th, and 8th grade students as well.
Nice. And teaching those core fundamentals on the Olympic lifting process. Mm-hmm. Fantastic. So you've been doing this for quite a while, and if say we have some viewers out there who are looking to go this phys ed route, what would you say for you, some of your early mistakes you made as a practitioner that really jumped out at you that would help maybe somebody younger who's going this direction?
The main mistakes I made was assuming that the kids knew how to do some of this stuff. Mm-hmm. And they don't. The kids they're basically just a lump of clay, and my job, I see it, is to start shaping them and developing them, so that by the time they get to middle school or even to a secondary school, they have some of those rudimentary patterns and scaffolding in place that they can build on. So my ultimate goal is to get them, one, to enjoy an active lifestyle mm-hmm. for the rest of their life. Second, to enjoy a long, healthy athletic career. And the third one is to get them to help maximize their potential.
Right.
And they have to understand it doesn't come easy. That it takes a lot of work and a lot of concentration, a lot of focus. But to come back to your question about some of the challenges was thinking that the kids knew how to skip, they knew how to jump, they knew how to run. And the bottom line is they don't. They might have a vague idea on how to do it, but I really think it's responsible as an educator of these kids to teach them the correct movement patterns. I think there's a concept, I'm sure there's a fancy name for it. I call it negative learning, where you set the kids out there and you watch them and they'll keep doing it without reinforcement. If they continue to do it the wrong way, they're going to continue to groove that pattern the wrong way.
Right.
And so now it's harder to break that cycle. So you almost have to be on them, coaching them the whole way through, providing positive feedback, providing guidance, the cueing, the prompting, everything. I mean, it's almost like you have to do it about every 5 seconds.
Well, and I can see as a young practitioner, being thrown into a job like that where maybe you're not aware of how sensitive motor learning is, and that you do need to stay on top of those things to actually correct some of those faulty or bad patterns, or just unaware patterns. Let's call it unaware patterns because they just don't know any different.
Good word. Yeah.
So as a young coach, you have to stay on top of it. But however, you also have to know what is right to be able to correct what is wrong. And that's where I think somewhere in the movement curriculum that is lost, of what truly is right, from what in your mind is efficient mechanics versus what is truly ideal and optimal.
Yeah, I agree with that completely. There is a disconnect, and the whole phrase in education is catch them when they're doing something right, mm-hmm. and that is the most powerful thing that you can do, because now that light bulb goes off, they have that aha moment, and then they say, "Ooh, I'm going to get praised for that." And it's not necessarily, some of it's extrinsic, sure, mm-hmm. but some of it is also that intrinsic motivation. It's like, okay, well, coach saw me doing this, and he got really excited, so I want to do that again, so I can, it kind of gets that intrinsic motivation, not necessarily the extrinsic as well.
Absolutely. A lot of those kids, when they get that praise from you, it hits them right here.
Yep.
And, it puts them in that position where, they're not necessarily teacher's pet. However, it's really nice when your teacher calls you out in front of your peers and said, man, great job on that.
Yeah, it's a validation, it's acknowledgement, it's that, that sense of pride, that inner pride that comes out, and they just start beaming after that. It's really cool to see.
Right.